All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we are going to address statements made by Gervonta Tank Davis's camp related to Jaron Ennis and pointing the finger at a certain legendary fighter and the fans of a certain legendary fighter saying, you need to do that. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we are back on Boogeyman Alert, and I am going to take any opportunity that I can to talk about I'm going to talk about in this video, 3 of the best fighters of this century, 2 for sure, 1 maybe the best of the bunch, and the 3 are Gervonta Tank Davis, the multi-divisional champion, the big cash cow in the sport, Manny Pacquiao, Pacquiao, Hall of Famer for sure, one of the best fighters of this century for sure, provided us with some of the best memories in boxing this century for sure, and one of the dudes that got the most heart in all of boxing without a doubt. Man will fight anybody. And the other one is Jaron Boots Ennis out of the city of Philadelphia, the state of Pennsylvania, who may just be the most talented fighter of this century. Before I get into the details of it, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Enjoy the conversations that we have here on a day-to-day basis. Even if there's not a lot of stuff going on in the sport of boxing, you can get your boxing fix for conversation over here. Also, for everybody that supports the channel on a daily basis by watching the videos, coming by the live streams, supporting in the super thanks, man, Mattio, you know I'm gonna say your name every time, brother, and Barbara D, and Paul Carrick, and my guy, Mr. Pragmatic. Thank you guys, Jeff Miller. Thank you guys so much for your support. But let's get into this because there was a question asked of Manny Pacquiao at the Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou fight that took place not this past Saturday, but the Saturday prior. When talking about what his plans are going to be as far as fighting professionally, Manny Pacquiao said that he is looking and trying to set up a rematch with Floyd Mayweather Jr., whether that be in a exhibition match or whether it is in an actual match. That's what he wants to do. I don't think he needs to hold his breath. I think Floyd Mayweather Jr. is going to have him sitting on that L forever. And he was also asked subsequently what he would do with Manny Pacquiao. With what Manny Pacquiao would do with Gervonta Tank Davis. Manny Pacquiao said, I would fight Gervonta Davis. I would just need it to be at 147, or I would need it to be at 145 pounds. Thus joining the chorus of people that say that they want to fight Gervonta Davis, but are not willing to fight Gervonta Davis at the weight class Gervonta Davis actually fights at, which is 135 pounds. So Manny Pacquiao says that, bunch of reactions all over the place about it. Kenny Ellis, the co-trainer for Gervonta Davis, responds to that and says something that I think is very sensible. Hey, Manny Pacquiao, how about you fight Jaron Ennis at 147 pounds? He's looking for a fight. Basically saying, no, thank you, sir. Being very consistent that they are 135-pound fighters. Manny Pacquiao has been campaigning at 147 pounds for well over a decade. So that's where he is. That's where Gervonta Davis is. But hey, if you're looking for somebody to fight, there goes the boogeyman. So, of course, people respond and come up with things about Gervonta Davis and name all the people that Gervonta Davis didn't fight and how it is hypocritical of Gervonta Davis to tell, or his trainer specifically, Kenny Ellis, to tell Manny Pacquiao to fight somebody at 147 while there's all these guys that Gervonta himself has not fought at 135. I find that really, really funny because to me, it's illogical. If Gervonta Davis' trainer is telling Manny Pacquiao to go fight somebody at 147, how does it make sense for somebody to criticize Gervonta by telling Gervonta to go fight somebody at 135? They're just telling them to do the same thing. Hey, man, fight a guy at 135. However, in the case of Gervonta is not actually asking to fight Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao's asking to fight him. So if anybody response to it makes the most sense, it's Gervonta's trainer. Look, man, why don't you fight somebody in your own weight class? And there's a really good fighter there, Jaron Ennis. Now, we all know full well Manny Pacquiao's not going to do that because Manny Pacquiao will definitely get the brakes beaten off of him by Jaron Ennis. However, we also know this. That's not an insult towards Manny Pacquiao because Manny Pacquiao's already a Hall of Fame level fighter, well into his 40s. Really is probably never going to fight anybody else in a professional boxing ring. He's just being the Manny Pacquiao that he always is by saying that he would take on any challenge. What Manny Pacquiao really wants is to fight Floyd Mayweather Jr. in an exhibition or in a real fight because that's the fight that makes sense for him. And if Floyd Mayweather is going to continue to have fights, quite honestly, it's the fight that makes the most sense for Floyd as well. But I've been saying that for years. As it relates to Gervonta Davis, though, and all of these people that he's not fighting at 135 pounds, I really do wish people would get off of it because there are some realities that are out there in the boxing world. And they are true things. They are reality. The people that are run off the list about who Gervonta Davis should fight, the majority of them are not available for Gervonta Davis to fight at all. Either because they're with different promotional companies where the promoter that is responsible for lining those fights up are not about to try to make the fight with Gervonta Davis, or they already have other fights every time Gervonta Davis is available to fight. But at the same time, Gervonta Davis just gave, in my opinion, 2 excellent fights this year. Now, I definitely want to see the fights that are named off, whether it is Moratala or Shakur Stevenson, Frank Martin. Go on and on and on. Devin Haney's at 140 pounds, and I don't believe he's coming back. I would love to see it, but people acting as if the reality around these fights are not the reality around the fights is getting a little bit old, man. It's easy to sit there and point fingers at everybody about who they're not fighting without ever really taking into consideration whether those people are available to fight or not. And especially in the context that people did it here by acting as if it is the choice of Gervonta Davis and Gervonta Davis alone to make all of these fights. I just think that stuff is it sounds good. And it would be nice if we lived in a world where that was the case. But we don't live in a world where that is the case. It would be great to live in a world where you could just jump on a plane and fly to whatever country that you want to fly to. You can't. You know why? Because it costs money and because you may need a passport. You need to apply for a passport to leave the United States to fly into another country. It's a requirement. You, in this particular case, just consider the promoter's business interests a passport. Yeah, you can make the fight as long as you can get the passport, as long as Bob Arum is willing to say, yeah, okay, let's make this fight. And what is Bob Arum going to want in order to give you the passport to go over there to fight Gervonta? He's going to want payment for that passport. And that payment is going to be expensive and may make it not worth your while to do so, and not worth his while to do so if the money is not there, which the PBC has been saying for a while. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces. Or if you're Rick Tim, deuces.